with the new collection, that is a stack class in Java. Now, basically, as we've seen that Java collection framework provides with the collection classes, your array list, linked list, vectors, then you have the list interface, you have the set interface, and so on. So in the list, this is the last which we will be doing, that is a stack data structure. And then we are going to start with the set interface, right? So now Java stack class basically models and implements a stack data structure. Now you have seen the stack, the way you have the stack of books. So what is the basic principle? Last in, first out. So if I put a plates or a bunch of books on the top of each other, the book which I place last, the book is going to come out first. So the basic principle is last in, first out. So then you have seen how do you you have seen a program of data structures in C. How do you try to insert the elements in the stack, and how do you try to remove the elements in the stack? So we have got basic methods here, your push and the pop operation. Apart from that, you are also going to see whether the stack is empty, whether the stack is full. If the stack is empty, it is going to give me a return value, or I have to search a particular element and I have to peek. So apart from the push and pop operation, the stack class in Java provides you with 3 more functions such as empty, search, and pick. The class can also be set to extend vector and treats the class as a stack. So vector can be extended to make as a stack. So we basically will work on the stack here. So now in order to create a stack, now again, stack is of list interface. It is in the package util package. So you need to import the util package. So we write the first line as import java.util.star, or you can write import java.util.stack, import java.util linked list, and so on. But if we use the util.star, all the subfolders, all the subclasses are included in that star. So we can use that. So stack is a package in java.util.stack package, and we use the stack constructor of this class. So basically we have seen the constructors, the way we try to create our collections. So the constructor here is an empty or a default constructor. So constructor will be created with an empty, and the syntax will be your stack, E stack. So E here stands for the, again, what basically you're trying to give the data type. So stack equal to new stack. So this is a default constructor, and the class supports only one default constructor. So there are no other constructors here, so only a default constructor I can clear. Like we have seen in vector classes, we have got nearly 4 types of constructor. In linked list, we have got 2 types of constructor. Same with array list. But stack will have only a default constructor. So this is a syntax for the stack, E stack, and new stack. Now, how do you declare it? So they've given you an example. Now we have seen here the stack can be set to extend a vector class, and the vector class then will treat it similar like your stack, right? So here, so vector class, if I try to extend it, so it will be public class stack E, which is extending the vector collection. Fine. So now here we will see the methods. The methods in stack, we've directly come and see the. So let's see the methods of this class. Coming to the method is listed here. So directly that example is given here. One second. So here, if we see, we have the method called as push. Now we have seen that stack supports basic push and pop operations. That is, I can apply the push method and the pop method. Apart from that, 3 more functions I have. So in total, in stack, now stack is a basic, very collection wherein you have only limited methods. So you can either push the element, you can pop the element, you can check whether the stack is empty, you can search for an element, and you can pick the element. So you've got total 5 methods here. Now look at the example here. Now basically what I said, that if I want to push an element, I need to create a stack. So for that, the stack will be imported from the package java.util.start. Then they have created a class test, and they have created this a method called as stack push. So stack push method is basically going to push an element in the top of the stack with this particular thing wherein I'm going to pass the stack. Now this stack, as we know that we need to define the data type here. So this is going to be a stack integer stack. Now how are we going to push it? I'm going to create a for loop here, and I'm going to put in the elements in the So I'm going to put in the elements. So here what happens, your stack, or if I have to insert, let's say 5 elements in the stack, then I create a for loop. The for loop iterations will go on till 5 elements. So it will start with 0, and then I go on inserting. So whatever element I insert, so then I take a for loop with the integer I, and then I try to push the ith element. So whatever element I come, it will push. So this particular push operation of pushing the elements on the stack will go on till the 5 iteration, right? So once I have done this, then I try to pop the operation. So whatever elements I have put in, I try to pop it one by one. So then I create one more method called as a stack pop. Again, stack pop is going to be creating a popping of the elements which is of the data type integer. So same method, stack push, stack integer stack, and push a pop method, stack integer stack. Now here again, I'm going to use the for loop, and I'm going to pop up the element. But the element, when I pop it out, it should display me which element has popped. So here when I'm putting, I don't need to consider the element which is inserted. So I just have one line in the for loop, that is stack.push, so inserting of the element. But when I pop it out, I need to check for the element. So I create an integer while which is going to stack the pop operation, right? So whatever element, let's say here I push in 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So what happens in the here? So when I pop it, so 50 will be popped up first, and now the integer y will consider the value 50 here, which I'm trying to print it. So the user comes to know what element has been popped up. So again, second time, so 40 will be popped up. Then third time, 30, 20, and 10. So this particular iteration will be for the 5 elements. So the way you insert it first in, and the way you pop it out first out, right? So this is the stack push and the stack pop operation. Fine. And now we will see the third function we have done. So that is basically the peek. So the peek method is used to display the elements on the top of the stack. So here again, I create a method called as public void stack peek. Again, the stack is of integer, so stack integer stack. Now here I'm going to select the element, say whether what element I want to search. So whatever element I want to search is going to return that particular integer. So my data type, return type will be integer, and what element it is going to retrieve. So integer element. So what element it is retrieving? Integer and stack.peek. So stack.peek will retrieve the element and store it in the element here, and that element we are going to element and the stack top. So picking will display the element on the top. So when I try to look at the top, whatever element is on the top of the stack will be displayed. So stack.pick, and it will display. So I want to check what is the element on the stack. It will display me the plus element. So that means the element which has been picked from the stack. Clear? So this is the third method here. Now the fourth method is I want to search for an element in the stack. So I have a method called as static void stack search. Now again, stack integer stack. Now here, if you check in this method, I am going to pass now what element I want to search. So this particular method will have stack integer stack as well as the element which has to be searched. So int element. then I need to check for that element. So what I do, I have to check for the element. So stack dot search what element I want to search, and I have to retrieve the position of that particular element. So you take a variable position pos, and it will be of the data type, because the position of the element is in the integer. So integer pos is equal to stack dot search and the element which you are passing. Now if the position, so it will go on checking the position. If it finds the position, it will tell that the element is good. If the position is equal to -1, that means the position is not incremented at all. So that means it has not found out the element. But if the position is not -1, then it will say that the element is at the position, and it will show what position it is. So if the position does not return any value, that means the element is not found in the stack. Whereas if it is found in the stack, the position is going to change, and whatever is the stack element, it will return the position, and then I can tell that the element is found at this particular position. So clear with this? Position data type, position variable of integer data type, which is going to search and retrieve the element which I'm trying to pass through the stack search function. Fine. So these 4 functions I have written. One is pushing the elements in the stack, popping the elements from the stack, picking the element, that is pick or display the elements which is at the top of the stack, and searching of the element. So these 4 methods or 4 functions I have written, and then I'm going to write the main. So the main method I write, so public static void main, then I create a stack. We have seen the constructor for stack. So stack integer stack, it will be new stack integer. And now I'm going to use all the methods. So what is the object of it? So stack. So I call the method stack push. Now what are the parameters we pass here in stack push? The integer. So stack push. Now what parameter? Here it is saying stack integer. So what is your object name? Your object name is stack. So you are going to pass that. So stack underscore push stack. What is the element to be passed in stack pop? Again the stack object. So stack pop stack. So whatever are the elements in that stack object will be retrieved. Again, I'm saying if you get confused with this stack word, you can specify these methods or this object with st, so you don't confuse with the keywords. But look at them, the class is stack as capital, whereas the object is in small. So Java does not consider these two as the same keywords because of the case sensitivity. But to avoid confusion, you can just write it st over here. So stack push, I pass the stack object. Stack pop, I pass the stack object. Stack push, I am going to push and pop this, and then I'm going to search for the element which is 2. If you look at the stack search method, it is going to pass the object of the stack, which we have already done here, and the element which we want to search. So we want to search the element 2. Similar method they have called to find out the element for 6. So these are the 4 operations which I'm going to pass in through the main class. Now see, this is the operation. So these are the elements which you have done. So pop operation 4, 3, 2, 1, 6. They have tried to find out the top of the stack. So this is the 4th position or the top of the stack it is giving. Then the element 2. We are trying to find the element 2. So element 2 is found at 0, 1, 2, and 3. So 1, 2, and 3. At the 3rd position, you find at the 0. And second element, they are trying to find out is 6. So it checks for the 6th element. It checks here, position is still negative, checks here, position still negative, 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 negative. So position is still -1. So that means the element is not found in the stack. Clear with this? So I have tried to find out 2, and then I have tried to find out 6. So this is the program which you try to import the packages, create push pop, create the peak elements, and then you are going to find out. Fine. This is a very small collection class which you are going to use for stacks, and this is the example of that. Fine. So we complete here. These are the references which I have taken to for the sessions till now, and you can check it through beginners book and tutorials.com and Geeks for Geeks. Fine. So we stop here today with the stack class.